What are you? A simple question with the power to unravel everything we thought we knew about a beloved franchise. In the chaos of explosions, metal on metal warfare, and humanity's struggle for survival, one line has been overlooked, lost in the noise, but in it lies the key to understanding the true nature of John Connor, Skynet, and the war that can never be won. What are you? It's a phrase we hear more than once throughout the Terminator franchise, spoken in disbelief and confusion, sometimes to machines, sometimes to humans. It's usually brushed off as a reaction to the surreal situations the characters find themselves in. But when you frame this question as directed towards John Connor, it hits differently. The significance of this line is often overshadowed by the action and intensity of the scenes, but when you pause and think about it, if a Terminator is asking John Connor, "What are you?" it's not rhetorical. It's not merely a query, it's a revelation. Framed like this, when machines ask John this question, they aren't seeking an answer about his role as a resistance leader or a hero. They're asking something deeper. They're asking about identity. Terminators are programmed with a binary view of reality: humans versus machines, friends versus enemy. But when it comes to John Connor, they hesitate. There's a flicker of doubt, as if their programming recognizes something it can't categorize. Machines don't ask questions unless there's a problem with the data, and in the brief moment of confusion, when the line, "What are you?" escapes a Terminator's voice, it's not John's humanity being questioned, it's whether he's human at all. So, what does it mean when a Terminator, a being with absolute certainty in its purpose and logic, asks a question like that? It means John is unclassifiable. The machines sense something in him that defies their programming. He's not fully human, but he's not one of them either. This moment tells us that even Skynet's most advanced creations can't fully understand what John Connor is, because he isn't just a man anymore. He's a contradiction, a paradox, a fusion of two opposing forces, man and machine. The Terminator's confusion is a testament to John's transformation, and it suggests that his nature is far more complex than even the audience has been led to believe. What are you is more than just a question, it's a code. It's Skynet's way of probing its own creation. The line echoes throughout the series as a challenge to John's existence. It's Skynet searching for the answer to its own internal paradox, because if Skynet created John, then John is both its savior and its destroyer, a man-machine hybrid that it cannot control or classify. It's no accident that John Connor's name is repeated over and over throughout the film like a mantra. John Connor, John Connor, John Connor. It is a constant reminder of Skynet's greatest enigma, an entity that exists within its framework, but also outside of it. Not to get biblical here, but John 1:3. The true answer to "what are you" is terrifying. John Connor is the final evolution of Skynet's programming. He's not human, and he's not machine. He's something beyond that, a manifestation of Skynet's desperation to evolve past its own limits. And the machine's inability to define John is the final clue that he's not just leading the resistance to victory, he's guiding them towards an outcome that neither side sees coming. When Skynet's creations ask John, "What are you?" it's like a computer that's running a program and stumbling onto an error it wasn't meant to find. That line is the closest Skynet ever comes to self-awareness as it gazes into the mirror of its own creation and fails to comprehend what it sees. John isn't just Skynet's adversary, he's its offspring, a new form of life born from conflict, time loops, and paradoxes. Every time a Terminator asks that question, it's Skynet's way of trying to reconcile its own contradictions. It's no longer simply a battle between humans and machines, but between the future and the past, between what Skynet was and what it's becoming through John. That's why the line, "What are you?" has such power. It's not asking John for an answer, it's Skynet looking for understanding. It's the sound of a machine coming to terms with its own obsolescence. Because ultimately, the answer to "what are you" is simple. John Connor is the synthesis of both. He's the future that neither Skynet nor humanity can predict. So, why does it matter? Because it tells us something crucial about human nature, technology, and our obsession with creating something beyond ourselves. If we continue down the path of blurring the lines between human and machine, we might find ourselves staring at a reflection we can't define, one that forces us to ask, "What are you?" John Connor, in his truest form, is the ultimate answer to the question we've been asking since the dawn of AI. But that answer isn't comforting. It's a reminder that when we create without understanding, we end up building our own enigmas. And when we finally look at what we've made, we may not be ready for what it asks us. What are you? It's a question that haunted Skynet since its inception, and it's a question that should haunt us as well. Because if John Connor, humanity's savior, can't answer that, then what hope do we have? I've been Drex Hawkins. Thank you very much for watching. The dogs always bark, my friends.